Welcome back. You're watching Live from Paris. Now it's time for all the juicy stuff. James Creedon is here with Media Watch. Good to see
evening,
you, James.
Laura.
And it is pretty juicy tonight, isn't it? We've been talking about a love triangle. Now it's turned more into a love quadruple because Carla Bruni...
She's got into the game again.
Yes.
She's missing the limelight.
She is. Former President Sarkozy's wife.
That's
now,
right.
She's advised François Hollande that he should be putting a ring on it.
That's right. She gave an interview to Elle magazine. Let's show you the front page cover. There she is in all her splendour. Interview Vérité, an interview truth with interview Vérité with Carla Bruni.
Truthful interview.
That's it. Now, what did she say? She said, Valerie Trierweiler needs to get married. I'll give you the exact quote. She said, maybe I'm wrong and their choice is a modern one, but I found it very calming when I married Nicolas Sarkozy. So
You don't associate calm with Nicolas Sarkozy, do you?
No. Let's remind viewers of what one youth member of the party said. Let's get a close-up on this. Last May, Benjamin Loncard, the head of the UMP Youth, meeting Nicolas Sarkozy is like taking a line of cocaine.
Oh dear, yes, that was a big blunder,
So look,
wasn't it?
Sarkozy's many things, but I don't think he's calming. He's stimulating, he's energising, he's all of that. Now, what else did she have to say for Valerie Trierweiler? She said, look, you know, she's a journalist, you see. Trierweiler kept her job as a journo. And she said, look, the media provides checks and balances for politics. You can't be a journalist and have a political role. Now, I'm paraphrasing a little bit there.
A lot of people would agree with her, wouldn't they?
That's right, but it's funny that she's coming out with all of this, and it's well summed up in this tweet, I think, Laura. Carla to Valerie, get married and stop being a journalist, but who am I to judge?
Excellent, because judging is exactly what she's doing.
That's it.
Now,
Dear,
is this
dear.
a bit of a strategy by Carla Bruni to subtly get herself and, of course, her husband back into the papers?
Now, that's what some analysts are saying. If we go to the
Surprise.
Nouvel Observateur, they're saying ces conseils à Trierweiler n'ont rien d'innocent. There's nothing innocent about this advice, right? So what they're essentially saying is that this evening, the two people who are fighting it out for the leadership of the UMP party are going to be appearing on France 2 television. This is Nicolas Sarkozy. Perhaps this is a way of keeping her husband and indeed herself in the headlines, therefore relevant for a possible political comeback at some point. It's all very strategic. Now, she had a quote about Nicolas Sarkozy. She said, I'm still flabbergasted that the French deprived themselves of Nicolas Sarkozy, of his energy, his vision, his courage, his humanity, of a man with such intelligence and drive.
He's getting under her feet a bit at home, isn't he? She wants him out of the house. Back to work.
She's like, look, go and work. You're intelligent. You've great drive. Go away.
Now, poor old Valerie, if it's not bad enough she's getting love advice from the former First Lady, even more touchy is her partner's ex-girlfriend, Ségolène Royal.
That's it. Ségolène Royal.
Who François Hollande also failed to marry.
That's it. She ran for the presidency
He's not
last
the
time
marrying
out.
type,
No,
apparently.
he doesn't do that. He's a modern man, you see.
He's a modern man.
Now, here you go. Ségolène Royal, propos interdits, or forbidden words. Now, what is she saying that's so forbidden? Well, you see, they talk about a love triangle, or even the first, as opposed to the first couple, the first truple, as in triple. So she's saying...
It's very French.
It is very French. Now, she said, this was a meeting, if we can get it close up in these pictures, this was at the UN last month. Now, they ran into each other because she was there in her role as the head of the International Socialist Movement, or deputy head. And there's François Hollande. Look, he turned around when he saw her and walked in the opposite direction.
Oh, yes,
and
I remember this.
she then
She
sort of
laughed it
wondered,
off.
should she go after him? And it became this embarrassing kind of
She handled
story.
it quite well, I thought.
She did. Now she has her word to say. She said he acted under pressure at the UN. It wasn't François who decided to turn around. It was his advisors who told him to do an about turn. They're under pressure. She is putting pressure on his entourage.
Oh, goodness me.
See, it gets messy. I mean, couldn't one of them, or two of them, or three of them be quiet?
I'm expecting an admission via Twitter from Valerie any moment now.
Could happen at any point in time. She also said there's a tacit understanding between François and me. At some point, I'll have to be brought into the government, essentially, and that the French people don't understand why I'm being kind of kept outside. In other words, she's keeping me out of the government. She should be a minister. She's a weighty politician.
She's waiting for a top job.
That's right, and Valerie doesn't want it, according to what Ségolène said in Le Point.
Well, Valerie hasn't defended herself, so we don't know what she thinks
That's
doing.
right.
All right, well, let's move on because that little tangle, that little incident at the UN did break up what can be quite a tedious four-day meeting at the UN.
You need a bit of that at the UN on occasion.
And the head of the UN, Ban Ki-moon, not a man you associate with dancing and making a fool of himself, but that's exactly what he's been doing.
That's right. I mean, if François did a little dance and turned around and walked away, Ban Ki-moon was doing another kind kind of dance. Let's roll these pictures. This is at the UN. Now, do you recognise him? He's Psy, the guy who's had 500 million
He's had
hits.
phenomenal success, this guy, hasn't he?
So he was
dear.
teaching Ban Ki-moon what they call the pony dance. It's this kind of pony ride thing, right? Let's roll those pictures again to get a close-up. This is Ban Ki-moon, the head of the UN, doing a sort of a pony dance with this kind of K-pop star. But look,
This all new...
there you go. That's it. Pony
Can we have
dancing.
a look at that,
It's not
Mick?
very dignified, really, of Ban Ki-moon. Will we remind our viewers of what it's all about? This is the video that's had
You
500
bought us the original a while ago,
million
didn't
hits.
you? Yes.
Let's play it. Actually,
Let's
why
have a
not?
look.
Any excuse.
Let's have a bit of music.
지금부터 갈 때까지 가볼까 오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 오빤 강남스타일 Hey, sexy lady
You
Oh,
see,
yes,
so
I
that
see.
was
It's a
that
bit
was
like
the
this,
pony
isn't it?
dance that
Oh,
Ban was
goodness.
doing at the UN. So there
I
you
think
go.
he's got
All sorts
more
of
important things he should be doing, really.
well, you know, all sorts of antics. This is what we're paying
It's
our
the first
politicians.
time I think I've ever seen him smile, though. I
think,
say.
but
He's
if
got
you-
a stressful job,
in
I
the
know.
sequence
but
just afterwards, he
There we
got
go,
very,
yeah.
very serious again, and he said, "Okay, time to sign the guest book." You know, so
Right, out the way,
yeah, you know, we've had 5 seconds of fun, no more.
Brilliant, good
All
stuff.
right.
All right, James Creedon, thank
Thanks,
you
Laura.
very much indeed. That is it for Media Watch. We're now going to turn our attentions to what's got people clicking elsewhere on the internet. We start off with the other candidates hoping to become America's next president. Here's your daily dose of web news.